Guys, good morning. Happy Thursday. As you can see, I'm in the middle of my workout here, but I want to talk about this. This story is changing continually and more stuff coming out concerning China. For the last 2-3 months, we've been talking about it's common information that the virus originated in what they call a wet market, where they deal in live animals for food. It's a common staple of Asian people. And the study of the viral strain, it backed up that evidence that it was similar to other viruses that came from either birds or bats, mammals, and that was the leading information, and it was backed up with the DNA matches to the virus from the past strains. Now, all of a sudden on the news today, the narrative has changed completely. All the news channels are saying, well, this is the story now. This virus did not originate in a wet market. It originated in a viral lab in China, in Wuhan province, not in a market. This originated, this is all of a sudden, this is the new story today. This is our reality we're supposed to believe today. That this all of a sudden appeared in a laboratory, and they cut corners, and a bat infected a person, which led to this outbreak. And then China didn't tell anybody for 6 days. So this is this nice little complete story now that all of a sudden is the new reality. Popped up just in the last 24 hours, right when Trump is being called out on his mismanagement, and right when he cut off funding to WHO for the same reasons. Now all of a sudden, this administration, this government is coming out, FEMA is coming out with this story now. There's not even a question about it. That's it. It came from a viral lab now, not from a wet market. Okay, let me off the top of my head, people or government, we only do things that will benefit us monetarily or with power or with sex. We do things for a reason that will benefit us. And the greater the risk, the more effort, the more money it takes to do these things, then we expect more of a return on our money, our power, or sex. This is what drives humans. The Trump administration is saying the purpose, the reason for this viral lab, this experiment, was because China they wanted to show other countries that they could handle a virus like anybody else. That's the reason, that's the narrative, that's what's going out right now. That is the reason this was all done. They're saying not for a biological weapon. They're not saying that yet. I could already see where this is headed. I could see my worries from 2 weeks ago are materializing perfectly right now. Not something I want. But talking about how China, the reason they did this was to demonstrate their proficiency in dealing with the virus. Does that make any sense? How does that benefit China? Taking a risk of that magnitude, investing that amount of time and danger in their people in this virus, it doesn't make any sense. How would showing people that they could handle a virus, how would that benefit them with power, with money? It wouldn't. It's a silly excuse. You know what? It almost sounds like something Donald Trump would say himself. How he likes to show people that he's proficient, that he's a genius. It almost sounds like something Trump himself would come up with and say, doesn't it? It doesn't make any sense, guys. That right there. You know what? It would be more believable if they just said China was developing it as a biological weapon. The reason they're not saying that yet is because there would be an uproar across Trump supporters that there a call for immediate war right now. And that's not quite what the Trump administration wants, not quite yet. What they're doing here is they're lighting a match and throwing it on, setting a little fire going, a little background. But what amazes me here, and you can tell I'm upset about this, what truly amazes me is all the networks now, especially the Fox News though, this is now the narrative. There's no question. If this didn't come from a wet market, this what we've been told, what we know for the last 2 months, just disappeared. Don't believe it. This is our new reality now. This is what happened. This virus was made in a viral lab. That's what we're being told happened. That's what our reality is. That's what we have to believe right now. Because China wanted to demonstrate their proficiency, that they could handle a virus like this. Doesn't make sense, guys. And the fact that all of a sudden, there's no longer even a question about the wet markets. It's like that didn't even happen. That didn't even exist. Now, this is what happened. It was in a lab, China's fault. They created it. That's the narrative today, on April 16th. You can tell I'm upset about this, guys, because I saw this coming, and I see it materializing right now. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good Thursday.